So this place is not your typical campground. It has a lot of like long-term people staying here. And there's only like this back row that's tent spots. And then there's a few by the bathrooms that have electricity. And she was telling us, because I told her it was supposed to rain last night, she suggested staying in either this campsite over here or the one that we're staying in, because those are the two driest. As you can see, look at how the water's just pooling. Like, this is such a beautiful area. Look, the creek, and like the fields and stuff over there, and the mountains in the distance. But the drainage is just lacking. And when we got here, the ground was like fully saturated. So, as you can see, it is fully saturated because the water's pooling on top of the ground and it's not draining anywhere. So, yeah, it's a little crazy. And there's some drier spots in some of these areas. That's the thing, is we didn't really know where the water was gonna pool or where it was gonna flow exactly. We had to kind of guess, and we kind of set up our tents where it pools. But the inside of my tent's dry. Hopefully the inside of Desiree's is dry. We're doing all right. Also, it is now supposed to rain all day. So our afternoon hiking plans are now out the window too. We originally planned to go see sunrise this morning and then hike all day and then come back at night and relax. But now it's just gonna be raining all day. So I don't know what we're gonna do. I mean, if it stays a light rain like it is right now, we could easily do, maybe not hiking, but we could do a walk that I was wanting to do that's around the nearby lake. But I don't know if we're gonna do that or not. There is heavier rain coming again. We'll see. So this is us. As you can see, the water flows down here and exits into the creek there. But we still kind of ended up putting our tents a little bit in where the water is supposed to drain. We would have been better off putting our tents over here, but we didn't know that. I mean, it's still soft and soggy over here too, though. Like, it's very squishy. So, just this whole area, there's nowhere good to put your tent. The whole place is saturated. But as you saw when I got out this morning, very saturated here and just pooling water. But new tent works well. It's dry inside. I'm very happy. And I have no complaints. But I'm just bummed that it's going to be raining all day. Like, what are we going to do? Since we didn't get the tarp over our picnic table, we have a wet picnic table today. But at this point, we don't really care. It'll be fine. It's not too terribly cold out. And right now we have a lull, a break in the rain. It looks so pretty out there with the clouds going through the mountains. So this is supposed to rain all day today. We just have like a break right now. It'll probably be raining again in about 30 minutes or so. We're thinking about just hiking the like easy waterfalls. So Desiree's idea was, see how that goes. I don't have like the best rain gear, so I'm like, I almost didn't even bring my rain jacket because it wasn't supposed to rain at all. So yeah, glad I brought that. But I don't really have any good like waterproof clothing and stuff, so I'm a little bit nervous because I don't want to get like all of my clothes soaked, obviously. I don't want to get sick, but yeah, we'll see where the adventure of today takes us, because I really don't know what this is going to look like. It is now 11:14, so we're just now like basically getting up for the day because it was raining all morning and I didn't sleep the best last night. The bigger tent is not as warm. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but like the 2-person tent's nice because it actually stays warm and I never got cold in it. The 4-person tent, on the other hand, I was freezing. I actually woke up shivering like 3 times at different points in the night, and I've never experienced that before. It was weird and not fun. So, and I had like no way to get like warmer. So tonight, I'm gonna remember to double up on socks, because that will help, because I think that's part of my problem. And then my other problem is I had an extra blanket that I wasn't using. I think I'm gonna stuff it in the sleeping bag with me, and then between both of those upgrades, hopefully I stay warm tonight, because it's gonna get even colder tonight than it did last night, because of the rain. So, that is how our day is looking so far. As usual, we don't know. Normally I have these things planned out, but this trip, I mean, I had plans, but then the weather changed and stuff, and plans kind of changed. We hope to see sunrise. We're not going to get to see sunrise this trip. It's going to be cloudy the entire time. We were supposed to see, like, overlooks and views. We're not going to be able to see those because it's cloudy the whole time. So we're going to figure out our plans as we go along instead, because sometimes that's just how it goes when you go camping. So, since we woke up late because of the rain, and I ate a muffin for breakfast, like, not even an hour ago, it's now time for lunch. I don't know what we're doing, but I'm hungry, and I'm like, oh, this sounds really good. Doritos from last night. I never eat Doritos and chips in general, but Doritos, I don't care for Doritos, but I was like, oh, Doritos sound good. Desiree had brought some peanut M&Ms. I'm like, those sound good. And we're waiting for our water to boil so she can make her chicken Alfredo, which, you know, we've discussed this in the past. In the Mount Mitchell camping video. If you missed that, it's linked at the end of this one. But I am waiting so I can make my coffee, because my Vietnamese coffee is really good. And I'm excited to have something warm to drink. I have my coffee now. The table is very wobbly. However, poor Desiree's having to restart her cooking process because of me. Because I was like, oh, here, we'll just do my coffee first and then we'll do that. And then I forgot how the coffee worked. And I was like, here, just pour it in my cup. But no, you have to pour it into the little coffee pouch that is in the cup. We just put plain water in my cup. And I was like, wait, that's not how this works. So I had to pour it back in. And then slowly pour it in. And by that time, it's not boiling anymore, obviously. So having to reheat the water. It shouldn't take as long now because at least half of it's been boiled, half of it's warm. And then, yeah, she's got to let her food sit for 10 minutes with boiling water in it. So we're going to be here a while. I'm sorry. And it is officially raining again. I had to put on my steel jacket because it was cold. So I had to get another layer. And, yeah. We're here over here. We're here over here. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Why am I even talking? Like, my brain is just gone. I thought sleeping so much as I did, I would be better. But I feel like I just got stupider. Got my coffee here. I haven't tried yet. I'm afraid it's too hot. No, it's actually perfect temperature. Almost too hot. But we're probably going to go hit up like a bunch of waterfalls, because there's a bunch of waterfalls that are like pretty close together. And depending on how heavy it's raining, we might just hang out in the car and wait for like rain to pass over and then go out see waterfalls and then hang out in the car again. I don't know what we're doing exactly today, but we got basically half a day left to explore and adventure in the rain. We were a bit dumb. We got the car stuck. We were trying to leave now that it's raining, and since it rained all earlier and the ground's all saturated, the car is stuck. We are slowly pushing it, so you can see where the wheels moved some from like where the tire marks are to there. That's from me pushing. I'm getting behind pushing, and she's slowly getting on the gas, and we're gonna slowly work our way up to the road.
It's literally barely going.
I know, thanks. This is what we're doing for the next 30 minutes. We are taking our lunch break in the car 3 feet from where we were parked. Because that's how much we've moved. So, yeah. Do I want more food now? Do I need to go back and get more food? Oh, it's in my rain jacket. It's in the back seat. I'm like, I have a snack. But no, I'll eat later. I'm not really hungry right now. I really just want to get the car unstuck at this point. We have moved like 3 feet. So we are making progress. Digging holes while we're doing it, but we are making progress. And it would be great if we had like some like spare plywood scraps or something like that, because then we would have been out already. But no can find. So we're like using sticks to try to get leverage. Yeah, and then we're taking turns, one of us pushes the back while the other one like slowly gets on the gas, and we're just like trying to inch out. I mean, we are inching out, but it is inching out. We've moved like 3 feet. We still have like 3 feet to go before I think we'll get traction. So we were so close to the road. But yeah, this, I wish these sites had proper drain off. Like they're not well designed. Pros and cons of this campsite. I recommend this campsite for quietness. It's very quiet, especially if you come in the off season. There's nobody living in these campers on this back row. Like they're all pitch black and dead. So those people are just like not here in the winter, I guess. These are probably their summer homes. But then the cons are, you know, it's not designed for rain. So if it's raining, you don't want to be in a tent here. And we had to like move our own picnic table to our campsite. Like not every campsite has a picnic table. Not every campsite has a fire ring. Like we had to basically make our campsite. So I wasn't really happy about that. This is turning out to be the adventure it always turns out to be with me. That's what Desiree just pointed out. She said anytime she goes camping with me, this is the kind of stuff that happens. So apparently I'm the problem. No, don't go camping with me. I make sure things stay, you know, you're on your feet, you're on your toes, and it's an adventure, okay? Like I planned the rain. No, I did not. And getting the car stuck. Desiree wanted to move the car sometime last night, I guess it was. And I was like, no, don't worry about it. But I didn't really give it much thought.
And then I asked you again this morning.
You did ask me? I don't
Sure
remember.
I did.
That's the thing is, I probably wasn't even thinking about it. So when you asked me, I was probably like, it's fine. Like not even thinking. Yeah. We should have moved it. There's a section over here that has gravel right by the pavement. If we parked there, we wouldn't have been stuck. But, oh well, live and learn. So, we're letting everything kind of calm down a little bit before we start again because don't want to wear the tires out, and I don't think it's wearing them out too much because this mud is like, it's sticky and slick. So, it's not gritty at all, which is why we're stuck. So, I don't think it's going to do any damage to the tires, but the car needs a brake too. So we are sitting in our rain shelter called the car and waiting a little bit, finishing our coffees. Still have my coffee to finish from earlier. Thankfully it's in a Yeti, so it's still warm. And then we'll be back at it for another like 30 minutes till our car is out. And then we can go somewhere. Progress has been made. We have gone a good like 4 feet. However, we've hit like this hill and we cannot get out of this hill. We're just like digging it deeper. And we're not about to dig all the way up to there. We are now on our way to the front to see if the camp host can help us. They have like a big, they have like a big maintenance building sort of thing, shed with stuff. So hopefully they have some spare wood or something like that we could use. Oh, we are over here trying to keep our spirits high. It has been, like an hour and a half since we last spoke. We have made it this far. Asked for help from the camp host. It's Sunday, so technically they're closed, so these poor people are out. You can come out here and help us. She put some gravel down, hoping that would help. We got some wood, but nothing is giving us enough traction because the tires are just caked in mud, so they're just like not getting traction anyways. So then the next bet was, hey, they could pull us out, right? Well, on this car, I looked it up, tow hook goes here. This pops off easy. That was no problem. But where the tow hook is, rather where the tow hook's supposed to be, is not where it is. Tow hook is supposed to be stored underneath the jack. So like if you had a flat tire, the jack that's in the back with the spare tire, it sits in that same tray underneath. So we pulled the jack out and everything. I see the cutout where it's supposed to be is not in there. We took the spare tire out. It's not in that well. There's no tow hook for this car. So we don't have a front tow hook to help pull it out. So now we got like the camp host, the maintenance guy, all trying to figure out how we're going to get this thing out without calling it a tow truck, but it might come down to that because we pretty much tried everything and it's kind of slowed down raining for now, but it's going to rain again some more and it's just going to keep digging it deeper and deeper. So that's how our camping trip is going. Let's see, it's 1:40. I don't even know if we're gonna have time to see waterfalls today at this point. But we're gonna go out once we get out and at least wash off the car and stuff like that. And when we come back for the night, we are not parking here. We are parking up on like the gravel or the asphalt somewhere so that we don't get stuck. Because it's not supposed to rain anymore tonight, but the ground is just so saturated that you're gonna get stuck no matter what. This ground is not gonna dry out for days. Yeah, so far our tents have held up pretty well. The corner of mine started to blow away. It blew up because we had some strong gusts come through, but I re-anchored it down with another tent stake. First time setting up that tent, I couldn't quite figure out, I didn't have instructions, which was weird, but I couldn't quite figure out like the best method for tying it down. So I put 2 sticks in it, and we'll worry about figuring that out, like the best method for it another time. But for now it's holding, and I mean, it'll be fine. It's just, you know, today's adventures are not what we anticipated. We thought our adventures would be, you know, hiking, waterfalls, that sort of thing. No, our adventures are trying to get the car out of the mud. So here comes the truck coming to our salvation, maybe. I don't know how we're gonna hook it to the car though, since you don't have a tow hook like you're supposed to.
Hey.
So now we're waiting for the tow truck to come get us, because since we don't have a tow hook, there is no way for us to even try to pull it out. It's just stupid. And then the way they were going to try, they wrapped a strap around one of the front axles, and I was like, let's not risk that because it could potentially break it, and then we would still need a tow truck because then you can't drive the car, and we'd have a repair bill on top of that. So yeah, this is the state of our situation here. This is how we're spending our day and our money because we got to pay for a tow truck now. Hallelujah. We are finally out, like a good 3 hours later. But we actually ended up just pushing it, and he helped. He had a shovel and the gravel, and we shoveled the gravel, moved the wood and stuff, got the wood under there, and we were able to push it out. Okay, so now that we're finally out, we are going to a car wash. As you can see, we clearly need a car wash. That's where we're going next. I mean, there's even mud on the roof. There is mud all over this car, so we're gonna get it cleaned off, hosed off, and then also wash like my muddy shoes and kind of get regrouped. Here's the damage. Look at the mud just came off the tires as she backed up. Craziness. So yeah, thankfully they helped us and we didn't need the tow truck, but that was not fun. 3 hours of our day was spent doing that. Not what we had in mind for our trip. We are gonna continue on with our day now and actually leave and do stuff maybe.
I'm afraid of the number 3 now.
It took us almost 3 hours to start a fire. It took us almost 3 hours to get this car out. Actually, it took 3 hours to get the car out. And a lot of help. And we are now on the way to the car wash. You're gonna turn left here at the light. There is a manual car wash. That's what I was looking for, because I'm like, I don't want to take it through like an automatic car wash, but I want to make sure we get all the mud off so that it doesn't start to get caked up, especially like in the tires and stuff like that. Just driving there should get the bulky stuff off. And oh, that's weird. Not there. This has got a special U-turn lane. This road has its own U-turn lane. Anyways.
That's actually smart for all red lights.
It is, but you'd have to have like extra space to have a lane there. Anyways, on the way to the car wash, they have a manual car wash, so we'll be able to like pay just a little bit, you know, to spray everything down, hose it down sort of thing, and get the bulk of the mud and everything off. And then when we get back, we're probably also gonna like check out, we're going into Waynesville, so we're probably gonna just check out Waynesville and stuff. I think there's a coffee shop. They might be closed on Sunday though. We'll see what's open on Sunday. It just stinks that it's raining all day today and it's a Sunday, so a lot of things are closed. But yeah, we're just gonna kind of explore what we can and then come back to our campsite, hopefully less money, and not park in the grass or anything. We're gonna park more like on the asphalt and the gravel areas if we can, so that we don't get stuck again. Desiree is preparing by taking off layers because it was cold outside, but we really want to go hang out at a coffee shop. We deserve it after the day we've had, so, or rather the trip. So we were gonna do the car wash, but it takes quarters only, and we do not have that much money in quarters. And there was enough standing water that we drove through that I was like, we don't even need to wash it, honestly. Like, it washed all the tires off and everything. I think we're good. So there's just some little pieces of mud on the roof and stuff, but I think the rain will eventually wash it off and all, and I think we'll be fine. So not worried about that anymore, thankfully. It's still just kind of raining steady a little bit. Very light, but steady. I see more rain coming. Look at that. That is rain coming for us. So I actually found a local coffee shop that's open on Sundays, and it's well reviewed. So we're gonna go there, hang out for a little bit, kind of regroup and see. We might try to go see some waterfalls that don't involve like too much of a hike, because we are pretty wet now and it's cold out. So yeah, but it's gonna be getting dark in like probably about 2.5 hours. So we definitely want to be back at the campsite by then. I mean, honestly, it doesn't matter. We can get to the campsite after dark. Yeah. We have flashlights and stuff. Not like we're starting a fire in the dark. The maintenance guy said it's supposed to rain till 2 a.m., but my weather still says that it's supposed to stop around 6. So I'll be keeping an eye on that. We'll see. Not that it really makes a difference, but yeah, our tents are holding up fine. Everything's staying dry. So as long as we got a dry place to sleep tonight, we'll be good. I like to, you know, enjoy my coffee. Somebody just likes to chug it. So we're now back in the car after Orchard Coffee in downtown Waynesville. They were actually open on Sunday, which is really nice. Hard to find a local coffee shop open on Sundays. And it's like locally roasted coffee. They don't roast it, but another like local North Carolina company roasts it. And people working there were really nice and stuff. They house make all their syrups. I got like the honey cinnamon syrup and a latte. It was really good. Yeah. So now we are getting ready.
You're tired, but all we did was walk from in there to right here.
I'm tired because I'm pushing the car. So yeah, we are now. It's still drizzling. It's just been like a constant drizzle. But we're gonna go try to see some waterfalls that are more like roadside waterfalls. So hopefully we don't get like soaked. No like full blown hiking. And there's a bunch like right off this one road that I had found a while back, like when we first took our trip to North Carolina back in September. Well, it was really August, but you guys saw it in September. I had shared about. I had done the research and tried to go. We were gonna go to like all those waterfalls, and we ended up not doing that. So I saved them for another trip. This will be that trip. So we're gonna try to see all these waterfalls. They're like 30 minutes away. And we'll see how this goes. Hopefully we don't get soaked. So we are at our first waterfall. We tried to go to Little Bird Falls, but we couldn't figure out where to park for that. There was no pull-offs. Couldn't even figure out where the waterfall was exactly. So now we are at Sunburst Falls. And as you can hear, the water is roaring. This one is literally right by the roadside. And the water is just flowing underneath the road. But the waterfall itself, I believe, is on this side of the road. There's literally only one other person here. So it's pretty nice. So a little walkway here. All the rain that we've had. So much water. Oh wow. This is amazing and beautiful. pretty through here, especially with after the rain. There's like a little creek going on here. The guy said that it's a better view. He came through here and took some photos. So this is Bubbling Springs waterfall, and like this is the parking area, and in the middle of the parking area under the guardrail is the trail down to it, and it's like straight down. There's rocks to get down and stuff, but with how it's been raining and stuff, I don't know if we want to do this today. The water's really flowing though, and it's getting dark, so let me see. We go just a little ways. Oh, the water's just like flowing down this too. I mean, this is not too bad, but then we have to climb back up this. I don't think I feel like doing that today. As you can see, it's now getting dark. So, did not go down to that waterfall. Good thing too, because it's getting too dark too quickly. We might come back and try it tomorrow, depending on things. We'll see. Oh, there's a pretty little waterfall there. Yeah, there's lots of waterfalls on this road, so pretty cool because it follows a creek and everything. So I recommend driving this road, just not, you know, in the rain at night.
Like we are.
Exactly. Don't be like us. That's how I need to title all of our videos. Don't do what we do. We do all the wrong things. We cannot teach you how to start a fire. We can't teach you how to not park in the mud and get your car stuck. Yeah. We teach you what not to do by doing what not to do. So we are on our way back now. We're going to continue. This road actually ends up going into the Blue Ridge Parkway, so we're going to take that back because why not? Even though we can't see any views, we're in the clouds right now. But yeah, we're going, so we'll go to the Blue Ridge Parkway, then we'll get off like the next exit river and then back to our campground. Just when we thought things couldn't get any worse, this fog has gotten so thick. Like, actually it's showing up better on camera than it is in person. Like, the windshield is not fogged, I promise. And it's just like you cannot even see like 5 feet in front of you at some spots. I've never seen fog so thick. Like, it just like turned into instant clouds, like thick clouds, instantaneously. So we are slowly taking the Blue Ridge Parkway back. First we missed the exit because we couldn't see it. And now we're slowly getting there. Let's see if it's cloudy in the tunnel.
Oh, it's actually less cloudy.
Yeah, it should be no clouds in the tunnel. Oh, there's still clouds in the tunnel. That's crazy.
I know.
And there's the other side. Wow.
Oh my gosh, look at all that cloud.
And then thick. So we drove all the way to Graveyard Fields on Blue Ridge Parkway, and it's closed like right past it. So we had to turn around. Now we have to go back the way we came. We can't go take the parkway through. Like, we're literally driving around pointlessly. Like, this whole trip.
I figured it out. This is our
3 hour. It's also our 3 hour tour. After our 3 hour campfire making, our 3 hour getting the car unstuck, and now our 3 hour tour in the clouds.
Gosh.
Oh, what's gonna happen tomorrow?
I literally.
Hopefully we don't die.
I hit the number 3.
Got the white light tonight because we weren't out in the dark, so white light was needed, not the red. But anyways, finally back in the dry tents. They were still here. They're dry. Very thankful. Other than there was a little bit of water on the side of mine because the rain fly had kind of flown off earlier in the wind, but while we were still here, so I fixed it. So I didn't fly off since, so thankfully. and nothing's flooded. In fact, our campsite's a little bit drier now that it's like stopped raining and it's allowed it to like drain a little bit instead of like the water splashing down and like splashing it back up. So it's basically stopped raining. It's just like very, very light drizzle, like maybe misty, and it's like pretty much done. Shouldn't be raining anymore, hopefully. So yeah, that is pretty much it for today's adventure. Well, what an adventure it was. Not at all what we had planned. So, tomorrow we leave, but on our way out, we're hopefully going to see some more waterfalls. So I will take you all along with me then. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and tune in next week for the final episode of this crazy adventure, whatever I'm going to call it. I don't even know at this point.